Oh, hello Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Four of Cups. Interesting. We just got the Four of Cups for the Aries reading. Maybe it's an indication that you need to go watch the Aries reading too. Okay, it came out today. There's an uneasiness, I think, in you right now. There's a feeling of sort of being a cork on the ocean. Yeah, it's like we're in need of something. It's like there's just something missing, but we don't know what. Right? It's sort of like we want some good news, you know. Spirit's saying good news is coming, but it's not coming from the person you're talking to now. It's not that person. Right? Look elsewhere. It's like we're ready for something big. We're ready for a breakthrough. We're ready for a leveling up, ready for some excitement, but we're sort of ready to like be done with this cycle. Okay? And so I think that things aren't bad in your life, right? There's no holes in the boat. Boat's not sinking. But we're not doing anything extraordinary right now, it seems like. And so we kind of we're like waiting for somebody to call and say, hey, I need you. I've got an adventure. Or we're waiting for it's almost this feeling that we're waiting for some kind of even a crisis so that we can do something and kind of snap out of our rut. We want something to wake us up in a way. Yeah. Let's put this card into some context, okay? Let's see what might be waking us up. Oh, interesting. Lover's card, okay. Ace of Cups, all right. Ten of Pentacles. And a Ten of Cups, holy moly. You got the good ones here, Taurus, wow. And a Six, interesting, a Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles, I think, is really, we have the Lover's card. It doesn't always mean romance, okay? Put your pitchforks away. I really need some sound effects, right? Leave me a comment. Let me know if it would be nice for you to have some sound effects here. Because whenever I get the Lover's card, I always hear the groans from the audience. Like, oh, Lover's card. I kind of want like a way to add in like some groaning, It doesn't always mean romance. Okay, I feel like this is really you coming together with what is necessary, what is meant for you. It's a union, it's a choice, it's a devotion, it's a commitment. It's making a decision and committing to it. And I think having a really, really good day. The light at the end of the tunnel. This is the jackpot. We think the Ten of Pentacles is the jackpot, but this is behind you. This is kind of, it's almost like what's at the back of your mind. It's like, God, it'd be nice to be rich. It'd be nice to have wealth. This is kind of the ideal that you hold inside of your heart, inside of your mind that says, this is what I really want in life. This is the ideal, of your best life, the ideal of it. It's the poster on the wall. It's the picture in your purse or wallet or handbag, or I carry a satchel sometimes. It's not the actual thing, It's the image of it that you aspire to. It's like I used to put, when I was a kid, I used to really like rap music, still do. And I used to have I'd cut out pictures of my favorite rappers and I'd just kind of tape them to the wall in my bedroom, And it's just kind of like, that's like the aspiration. That's like the ideal. That's like, yeah, that's like that person's successful. That person's like, at the time, 12, 13 years old, like, that's what I want to be, And so we kind of have these images set up in life. It doesn't have to be a rapper or whatever, but we have the ideal. We have the picture on our wall, the poster on our wall. Something, and I feel like you do have this somewhere. I don't know if it's a poster on the wall, but it's some sort of representation of what perfection looks like, of what success looks like. You know, I can't think of any examples, but it's kind of, it's like when you're a kid and you've got these posters of things that you like on your wall, and it's just like, man, that's like the coolest thing. Like, I wish I could be that person, you know? And that's sort of what I feel. And so it's not the actual thing. The 6, I think, is the actual thing. This is the picture of the best day of your life, right? This is the real jackpot, because now what your will is, and I think that's part of the ace right here, what your ideal is reflected into the world in a realistic way, right? I can't literally become Eazy-E, you know, or whatever. But you can become sort of your own personal equivalent. Like if that's the kind of, and I know, I mean, a weird example, I guess, but, you know, whoever's on your wall, whatever that poster is, right? Now you can't become that person literally, right? Or have everything they have down to the detail. You have your own version of it, okay? And also what I feel that these cards are representing from a 10 to a 6 is that we know that the ideal we have in our hearts, in our minds, in our heads, in our soul, whatever, on our wall. We know that as things manifest to the earth plane, they manifest in an imperfect way. Newsflash, we live in an imperfect world. Everything has blemish, has flaw. There is no such thing as absolute perfection. We live in a duality, in a world of imperfection. The realm of manifestation is, we think it's a mirror image of the divine realm, right? Macrocosm, microcosm, above and below, you know. It has a correlation, but it is not identical in its perfection, you know. And so the 10s to me always sort of represent that heavenly palace of perfection, right? But the 6 is kind of like, this is what we get in the real world. This is the reflection we get of that divine realm. And this is the jackpot, right? We sort of have the heavenly spiritual wealth here, and this is now your sort of physical jackpot, physical wealth. It's now manifesting in your life, which I think is, I mean, this is really the best news ever. It's going to require you to make the choice and make the commitment and unite with the appropriate forces for you to achieve this. Okay, which basically means our four of cups. You know, if we're sort of looking for something to happen that we can then engage with, something to shake life up a little bit, right? I want the boat to be rocking a little bit. Well, when that comes, you got to step up. Okay, you've got to commit to it. And again, I think that good news is coming. It's not going to be from the person you're talking to now. But when that opportunity arrives, you've got to seize the moment. Okay, let's put the rest of our cards out. I didn't mean to go off on that rant. We've got our Emperor. Got our 3 of Cups, very nice. We've got a Prince of Cups, very nice. And, the Tower. Yeah, things are getting shaken up. And interesting, now definitely go watch the Aries reading. You have the Aries power card in your reading. And you've got the Tower, and the Tower has a special connection with the Aries reading that I literally just did. Go watch it, okay? After this one, of course. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we're going to set it down right here. We're going to put a new friend, our octopus friend, right on top. We don't have a name for the octopus. My daughter literally just gave that to me yesterday. So help me name it, yeah? Leave some comments. Let me know what you think we should call our octopus. Let me know if we should get rid of any of our other friends here. Maybe there's someone that we can sort of retire, yeah? I've got my options. Maybe I'll do a poll and see who we should retire here. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, though, put it down in the comments. Let's use our intuition. We're gifted with intuition. We should be using it, right? Let's take a look around the room, though, too. Major Arcana. I love the Major Arcana we have. It's the Emperor devoting themselves, committing themselves, choosing to unite with this opportunity, with this inspiration, whatever is kind of coming your way that You've got to sort of say, this is sort of like saying you've got to say yes to it. And this is what it is. It's bringing about abrupt change. The Tower is a very good card. It may feel a little awkward at times. It may be a little uncomfortable. It may be challenging. It may be downright nasty sometimes. But it's change. It is abrupt change. It is the punctuation of life. It is the novelty of life. It is an event. It is a moment. It is a breakthrough in life that you're going to tell your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids and, God willing, your great-great-great-grandkids. Okay? It's a moment in time that we don't forget. It is that moment that sort of defines or redefines your life. Okay? And the Tower is a very disruptive card. Things are going to change. Things are going to change quickly. I can't snap very well with my left hand. It's not the slow, gradual change of the Death card. Things are always changing, always in flux. We don't usually notice it. We usually don't pay much attention to change. You know, I'll be down here filming these readings for months, and I'll go outside and be like, hey, where'd all the leaves go? Suddenly it's autumn. You know, where did the summer go? And the next thing, I'll come out, I'll go upstairs tomorrow, and suddenly it'll be snow everywhere. I'll be like, what? And then the next day, I'll go outside, it'll be hot, and there'll be mosquitoes everywhere again. And it's kind of like we don't notice the change as it's happening, but there's something that the Tower moments, big or small, bring us to that awareness where it's sort of in your face, like, there's snow, oh my gosh, and it feels like it happened overnight. Well, it didn't. It's been building up and building up and building up until finally it starts snowing, and, you know, we've got to plow the driveway and stuff. But the Tower events usually disrupt life. They're usually challenging, but they are life-defining moments or life-redefining moments. Punctuations, okay? And I feel like this is what we're kind of looking for, and I feel that this is something definitely financial. I think that there is there's a big, see, it's hard because we got the earth energy, we got the water energy, right? We don't have any fire per se. I mean, this is obviously Aries fire, Mars fire. We got enough fire, you know. And it's really the choice. Oh, let's put our Mr. card over there. It's the choice to embrace the fire, to go with it, to accept the challenge, to answer the call, to unite with this opportunity of this really, really abrupt change. Excuse me. So we have fire, basically. We got a lot of water, though. Water, 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 water. It is, and then, of course, we don't have any swords cards, which is interesting. And then we've got our earth energies. Okay? So I think that whatever this is, it brings an emotional satisfaction. It brings a soul-level satisfaction to you. Could be romance. It could be just this opportunity to make these big changes in your life, to take these big opportunities that are really just going to be challenging, yes, but it's kind of just, it's almost like, I'm trying to think of an example that won't get me in trouble, but, you know, it's kind of like you're sitting there just studying for your test, and then your friend like throws some pebbles at your window and says, come sneak outside, let's go run around the neighborhood. And you think, oh, thank you. Somebody saved me, you know. I don't necessarily think somebody's coming to save you, but I think that there is an opportunity that is going to be knocking, and it's up to you if you're going to accept that, if you're going to open the window, you know, or just ignore the pebbles being kind of that are tapping on the glass, right? So it is that choice, okay? And I think Spirit's really saying don't hesitate to take something that's offered. If somebody is coming at your window, if somebody is somebody's calling, again, it's not the person you're talking to now. It's somebody else. And I don't know who that is or why that is. Maybe they're a Scorpio. It's not that person, okay? In fact, it may be a Gemini, actually. Yeah. But accept the invitation, okay? Don't hesitate. Yeah. And that's kind of this. It's the Lover's card, again, it's put your pitchforks away. It doesn't have to be romance. It could be, right? This could be that chat. You meet somebody and it's just like you start feeling stuff and you start to think, this could be it, you know? Allow yourself to explore that. Now, a lot of time in life we We want something different. We want this big change. But then when the opportunity presents itself, we kind of say, too risky. It's going to take too much work, too much effort. And there's no guarantee it's going to work. There's no promise, right? Well, what do we do in that situation? Do we just miss out on things? Or do we take the plunge? Do we take the leap and we try it? If we don't like it, we can always quit, right? Because how else will you know if you like something, if something is really meant for you, if something has the satisfaction of this idea? We have the 2 10s here. Look at that. I mean, come on. 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups. How will we know if something is going to fulfill us in that way and mean that much and really satisfy all that sort of, all those aspirations? How will we know? Well, we could ask somebody, hey, you've done it, is it worth it? Your mileage may vary, right? There's only one way to know if this is going to be it, and that's to engage with it, to say yes, to try it. Okay? And it seems like this is really, really good news. I think the opportunity is coming for you to say yes to something that is going to basically be like all these 10 pentacles that you have on your wall are now really, they're all being satisfied. It's like the 10, I like to think of the pentacles as containers, right? As vessels. And the vessel is the physical form of something. It's the job, right? The vessel is the job. It's the structure. Is there any water in there? Well, that's the 10 of Cups. That's the water energy. And I mean, we've got the perfect example here. The pentacles by themselves are like this cup, but empty. Something's got to fill into that. We can have the structure. We can have all the money in the world. We can have whatever this picture of success is. We can have it. You can have all this stuff. You can have the job, the house, the relationship. You can have the purpose. You can have the whatever, right? Whatever it is that you are looking for, whatever your idea of wealth is. You can have all of those things set up. But whether or not they actually fill up with water is a whole different story. We could really receive everything we thought we wanted in life, but empty, right? Nothing in there. Empty shells, right? But you've got the recognition of that. You know that it has to be filled with water. You know that it has to have that satisfaction. And this is a 1-to-1 ratio. And here we're zooming in and we get that Ace of Cups. Okay. So for one thing, we know that the form may change, but the essence really won't. We know what satisfaction feels like. We know what fulfillment and purpose and depth of meaning feel like. The vessel may be different. And so this might be one of those instances where you're kind of like not judging a book by its cover, not judging a cup by the vessel itself. Okay? Kind of like The Last Crusade, Indiana Jones, right? He's looking for the cup, the Holy Grail, and the enemy guy kind of chooses the one that's the most beautiful, has the most jewels on it. Well, that's got to be the cup of Christ, the Grail. And it's not, of course. And then, of course, Indiana, right, my personal hero, chooses a humble cup, the cup of a carpenter, right? It's functional. I think it's beautiful, but it's simple, And that's the one that can hold the water. So something that looks glamorous and ornate, sometimes not very functional. Right? You ever buy these, you see at the store anyway, I've never really bought them, but these decorative plates or these very decorative cups, goblets, And then there's a little sticker on the bottom that says, don't actually eat food off of this. It's just for show. You can't actually eat with it. There's something in there. They don't want you to actually put food on it, And I sort of think that's kind of what's going on here, is that you're realizing that the water is really what you're after. And maybe this is really it's a difference between having maybe a financial goal in mind, or maybe this is just like everything that you thought you wanted in life. You're starting to realize that what you want is the depth of meaning. And maybe it is all of these things still, but maybe these cups or pentacles are changing, right? Maybe the form has to change to fit the essence, because the essence is what's important here. And it could be with the Four of Cups, is you're realizing that the essence really doesn't have the right form right now. So you're looking for something different. You're looking for the form to change. You're looking for your physical life environment details to change so that it can hold the water, the essence that you feel in your heart, with the Ace of Cups underneath the surface. This is so much, potential like love and meaning. And this is the water energy that then, this is the source, right? And that water is going to flow out into rivers that are going to nourish and feed every aspect of your life. It's really the water from here is going to irrigate every one of these pentacles, right? But if these pentacles aren't fit for receiving the water, right? If they're not the right form, then, you like water, I guess the water can adapt and you can learn to love the situation you're in, right? Because that's what water does, right? It's sort of, it can adapt to any form. Well, if there's cracks in it, I guess it's just going to run out and go somewhere else anyway, but maybe it's a sound vessel, but maybe it's not the shape that you realize that you really want. Your ideal of satisfaction, your ideal of a full and rich and satisfied and meaningful life needs some different sort of vessels, okay? So I feel like that's why, anyway, that long story short, I feel like that's why we're looking for change. That's why we're so ready to embrace a tower moment, because we need the vessels to change so that we don't have to conform our heart to the container. We're going to rather find the container that can hold all of our love, okay? And of course, into the future position with that Six of Pentacles, I feel like this is you finding that match. This is you finding the right vessel that can match. I mean, this is the jackpot. And this could be financial, it could be work stuff, it could be creative, spiritual stuff, religious stuff, friends, family, could be romance, could be all of these things together. Each one of those is maybe a different vessel. Okay. So I don't know what this change is really entailing. I feel like it is a romance in a large way, because of course, if you look, it's hard to say no, right? And if you're in a relationship now, I think that this is a strengthening and a deepening of that relationship. This is a changing of the structure of that life, so it can hold all of your cups, right? If you're not in a relationship, this, I think, is the beginning of one that if you choose to explore it, you may recognize is a perfect fit. And that's what the Six of Pentacles is, a perfect fit. Okay? This is the form that has been created it's like it was made for it, right? It was made to hold all this water. Now, we're going to go to the path of the serpent, and we got more water over there. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. It really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. We need to show our support for all of the YouTube tarot readers, because it's tough out here, all right? I appreciate you. Okay, the Aries energy as your general energy, the Emperor, it's kind of like your bold willingness, your agency, your sovereignty, and you're just saying, we are committing to this new path. And whether it's a new path or a sort of reformulation of an old path, this is sort of you as an independent person that's choosing to enter into a partnership with, it could be a person, it could be an idea, it could be a company, it could be a church, it could be an institution of some kind. You're saying, your emperor, your independence, your sense of self, your autonomy is saying yes to a certain union. And that union, I think, is really going to level you up. I mean, it really is going to cause this, it's going to be a kind of a tower moment. I feel like it's kind of like the union is really between you and the tower moment itself. The change, right? You are choosing to sort of harmonize yourself with change. See, Emperor, Tower, getting together and saying yes. So it's almost like accepting this opportunity. You're being called to this adventure. You're being asked, can you please come help us? Can you, are you free? And you're just saying, yes, I will accept this invitation. I will accept this offer. I will, participate in whatever is going on. And the Six of Pentacles, of course, is the harmony with the process of change. Okay, this is you, the Three of Cups, this is you understanding the process of change. Okay, but understanding is not enough. The three needs another three. You have to unite with that process of change and harmonize with it. And that's really giving you this jackpot. That's really making life, this is the best day ever, right? And how many days, is this going to continue? How many days will be the best day of your life? This is kind of saying that, look, the best days of your life are still ahead of you. Every day can be the best day of your life. Okay. I think it has to do with priorities. I think it has to do with sort of breaking the mold here and realizing that, the structure, the details of our lives, the containers, the vessels of our love, of our heart, of our sense of purpose, the details can change. I would rather keep this Ten of Cups intact and change the form, right? Change the structure of my life so that it can hold all of this water, rather than having to sort of alter the water, adjust the water to fit into the life. So really it's about understanding how to change your circumstances so that they align more with your sense of purpose, your values, and to give you that ideal, fullness of life. Yeah. So the three is also a card of family, of friends, of intimacy. Okay. So yet another card that's kind of showing that aspect of things. Again, a lot of water here. I feel like it's a very emotional experience for you. I feel like there is intimacy coming in your life, whether it's through a romance or if it's just with friends and family, right? That sense of closeness, of really letting people in, of harmonizing with people, and really finding those people that you resonate with, whether it's one person or many. And this is that sense of family, that sense of community, that sense of harmony. Maybe this is you, building a family, building a future. I do think there's a financial component here. It's kind of undeniable when we've got this much of the beautiful earth energy. I think there is in this what is sort of the embracing of the Tower. You're finding a lot of harmony and stability in your life generally. It's leading to a lot of success. And it seems counterintuitive. You're jumping into the fire. Right? You're rushing toward the Tower. Saying yes to the Tower, because I think it's going to bring you success. It's going to lead to success. And it's kind of like we have to maybe tear down before we build something up in the right way. Yeah. And the Three of Cups, I think, is you understanding that. And of course, the Emperor is capable of making the decision to be brave, to, use your sense of agency to say yes to that. Of course, we've got to get past our Prince of Cups, which is a fixed water energy. Fixed, sort of like we're fixed here. These cards are very similar, but this is sort of a stubbornness, right? This is maybe an inability to change, or this is us kind of just not. I don't know, maybe it's a fear. Right? Maybe it's a fear. Maybe it's just the difficulty that we feel to get out of this. Because it's gonna be a tower. And when you're this close to the tower, this sort of comfort of the Four of Cups seems really nice. And I think that in some ways you kind of want to sneak back over here and just say, I'm okay. Because, it's hot over here by the tower, right? This is a lot of fire. And so it's kind of scary. you know. It makes this look a lot better than it was. We're kind of thinking, oh, that Four of Cups sure would be nice right about now. But we know that wasn't a place that we could stay. Anytime we get a 4, we start looking for the 5, right? We don't have a 5, though. So I feel like it's sort of difficult for you to say yes to this because it is going to be disruptive. And I think that it's disruptive in the right way. Something needs to be sort of dismantled a little bit in order to be rebuilt. You know, you got an engine, you're going to rebuild your engine in your car, right? You got to take it apart first. Right, that's kind of the scary part. Well, the scary part's getting it back together, I guess, you know. And so there's a reluctance, and that makes total sense. That's why this card's in the position of your obstacle. We could be talking also about a Scorpio person. It's not that person. I don't know why that keeps coming in. Whoever you're talking to now is not the person that Spirit's referring to here. It feels like it might be a Gemini person for you, okay? Or that has something to do in some of this in some way. Now, of course, the Tower, we talked about the Tower. Towers are disruptive, okay? Towers are going to make it feel like it's getting worse before it gets better. The Tower is going to make it feel as if things are trending toward entropy and chaos before they start getting stable. And it's kind of like, in a way, we got to quit the old job before we take the new job. You know? I mean, I guess there could be some overlap, you know. It says, well, we got to move out of the old house before we're really settled into the new house. Okay? Something along those lines. Anyway, I don't know exactly if this is, maybe it has to do with your living situation, or it will at some point affect your living situation. Okay? Let's say we look at the mystery card. Yeah. I still need a name for the octopus. Don't forget about that. Leave a comment about the mystery card. What do you think it's going to be? Earth or water, obviously. Maybe an Ace of Swords. Maybe. Let's see what we have. A Queen of Wands. Interesting. Queen of Wands because it's water and fire. Yeah. So it's kind of like the boldness, and this is the water within you, right? The Ace of Cups within you, the sense of purpose and destiny, and really the satisfaction that you're trying to materialize. We want to go from an Ace to a 10 of Cups, right? This is what we have inside of us. This is not going to change. And the Wands then is sort of it's the fire energy that allows you to approach this tower, keeping the water safe. The earth energy is going to change and be restructured, but the water is safe in here. Okay, and that I think is confirming that this is what's important. The vessel, the structure, this needs to change to adapt to what you feel and what your sort of life purpose is and what your essence is. Not the other way around. You don't have to try to manipulate your spirit in order to fit it into, whatever your life is, whatever the structure of your life is. We can change the structure of our lives. And usually that's a tower sort of thing. It could be the death card too, right? It could have been a gradual change. It's slowly we're restructuring our life so that our soul can expand more and sort of breathe easy and be itself, you know. But I think that this is something a little bit more abrupt. Okay. Watch the Aries reading for sure. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Taurus are on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's free. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.